I really like this problem. Bunch of derivative work there, a little bit of integral work there, but this is can be a strength of ours there. So it gives us this nice chart with a bunch of stuff there, and it gives you this composition function. So when you take the derivative, that's your chain rules. There's all my work and all my answers there. Really try all this on your own. But remember your chain rule notation. All this notation stuff is in that blue packet I gave you as well. But you do the derivative of the outside function, leave the inside function alone, times it by the derivative of the inside function. Then they tell us to find h prime of 7. So I plug in 7 for all those x's. And then so g of 7, they give us g of 7, that's equal to 0. And then g prime of 7 is equal to 8. So I plug in the 0 right there, but then I have to go f prime of 0 first times g prime of 7. So g prime of 7 we said was 8, and then f prime of 0, look at your table, f prime of 0 is that 3/2 right there. So make sure that's an easy problem for you. Same deal on letter B, it gives us this function. So it gives us a power and then a product. So you're going to need to use your product rule. And then as you're using your product rule, you got to handle that power right there. Okay, so there's our original function. And I was supposed to take the second derivative here. So that's k prime, k double prime. So I'm going to do product rule. I'm going to go first function, times it by the derivative of the second, plus that second function, times it by the derivative of the first. So that's a power. I multiply by the power, leave the inside alone, decrease the power by 1. And then I got to times it by the derivative of the inside piece. And then they tell us to find k double prime of 4. So I plug in 4 for all of those x's. And I just kind of get all those numbers from my actual chart and table right there. So no calculator. Please practice that on your own. Practice the arithmetic right there. But there you go. Now they're asking, is the graph of k concave up or concave down at that x equals 4? So that's why we plugged it into that second derivative. And then since we got that negative answer, that means your k graph is going to be concave down since that second derivative is negative. So make sure you justify that like you're supposed to. And then letter C gives us this. Find m of 2, show the work that leads to your answer. All right, so m of x is equal to this. So m of 2, it just means take the 2 and plug it in for the x's there. I plug the 2 in for that x, plug the 2 in for that x. And so that was just 40 right there. And then when you integrate f prime, just do a normal integral. You know, when you integrate f prime, you get f, and then you have a definite integral. So just plug in, evaluate that integral between 0 and 2. Use your definite integral, just go top minus bottom. So it's f of 2 minus f of 0. They give us these numbers from our chart. There's my f of 2, there's my f of 0. That's how I'm getting the 7 minus 10 right there. And then you just kind of do some arithmetic. So I really like that problem. And then the last part, it says, is this function that we talked about in part C, is it increasing, decreasing, or neither at x equals 2, which means, you know, you need to plug it into the derivative. So if that's m, I want to know is m prime of 2, the derivative at x equals 2, positive or negative. So if this is my original function, I'm going to take the derivative of that. So I do my easy power rule. And remember, when you do the derivative of the integral, you get that inside function right there. And then you're just timesing it by 1 because the derivative of x is just equal to 1. So you get the derivative of f right there. And then you want to plug in that x equals 2, and then that's some arithmetic right here. Here that you get this number from your actual chart above. And then since you get a positive number, you're going to stress as m is increasing since that derivative is positive. So make sure it says justify, give a reason. You got to mention concave down since the second derivative is negative, m is increasing since m prime is positive. Remember, no pronouns there. Be very specific with what's increasing, what's decreasing, what's positive, what's negative. And have some fun with that. Just rock that stuff right there. We're going to do really good on erasable ink pens.